It is the most mysterious existence in Game of Thrones. It has an immortal body. Anything that it has come into contact with will be alienated, and it is the most powerful creature on the surface of the earth, the Night King. After lying in wait for thousands of years, the Night King finally began his plan to wipe out humanity. However, every move of his was known by Bran, the current three-eyed raven. So Bran asked the Maester to write a letter, sending everything he had seen to the Citadel, hoping that with their prestige, the Seven Kingdoms could be united to fight against the Night King. However, after reading the letter, these old Maesters regarded the legendary army of the dead as a laughingstock for amusement. Only Samwell Tarly beside them firmly believed it, because he had witnessed it with his own eyes at the Fist of the First Men. Sam tried to get these people to pay more attention, but the words of an unknown nobody like him carried no weight at all. Facing the choice between the survival of humanity and the dream he had been chasing all his life, Sam chose the former. So he secretly took several books about the White Walkers that night and left with his wife, intending to go to Winterfell to help Jon Snow. Although Jon Snow was not the first person to discover the White Walkers, he was the first to stand up and gather humanity to fight against the Night King. In order to find powerful allies and dragonglass that could kill the White Walkers, Snow accepted the invitation of the Imp and came to Dragonstone Island.
Bastard of Winterfell, dwarf of Casterly Rock.
This was their second meeting. Many years had passed since the last time. The way they greeted each other, seemingly making fun of each other, actually contained the trust they had in each other. When Jon Snow was still resentful about his identity as a bastard, it was the Imp's words that inspired him, and thus the two of them formed a friendship. It was precisely because of his trust in the Imp that Jon took the risk to go south. Just as the Imp asked about Sansa's recent situation, a dragon's roar came. Drogon flapped his huge wings and swooshed past. Jon Snow and Ser Davos Seaworth were so scared that they froze in place. Jon was full of curiosity about this mother of dragons whom he had never met before. At the mountain peak, Melisandre, the Red Priestess, did not choose to show herself when she saw the arrival of the guests. In fact, the reason why Jon came to Dragonstone Island was also because after Melisandre resurrected Jon, she regarded him as the prince that was promised in the prophecy of the Lord of Light. So not long ago, she found Daenerys and described everything she had seen in the flames. Daenerys didn't quite believe it. With her current strength, she didn't need to ally with Jon at all. With 3 adult dragons, the unsullied army that was willing to swear undying loyalty, and countless fleets, she could overthrow Cersei's rule overnight. But the Imp beside her strongly recommended it. Daenerys didn't insist and agreed to this request, and Melisandre also completed her last mission, making ice and fire meet.